Hey, what's up, y'all? So let's get into some stuff today of this mess of the mess. I know I'm a little late because I usually do my stuff in the morning. But I said, had to take this was usually my off day for from YouTube. But I said, let's get into some stuff because that's it. Stuff just start coming through all on a Monday. So I had to take notes and get it all together for y'all. So let's get down to the mess of the mess. Like, share, subscribe, join the channel. Just join it, don't hurt nobody. Liking it when you come in for a minute, like, move on out. Like, move on out. Like, move on out. Subscribe, share it out on all social media platforms to let them know I'm here. But let's get down to it. Let's start off with Tori Brixx. I think that's her name. So apparently there's a whole Twitter thing that happened yesterday where she supposedly put out that to tell Tory Lane that she don't want that she thank him for the house and paying the rent, but stop calling my phone. I said, stop calling the phone, girl. So you get all this, but you want him to stop calling your phone. Then all of a sudden, her man, I think that's who she with, end up coming out saying, ain't that gonna break us up or something like that. I said I wasn't keeping too much up with it, but you know, he wanted to give his 2 cents. So apparently she come out later to let us know that that wasn't her. I said, how it wasn't you to give us your Instagram, girl. It was nobody else but you, ma'am. But she said that wasn't her. She wasn't doing that. Hold on for a minute, y'all. She said that wasn't her, and she needed to get up out of there. So she said that wasn't her. Her man came back behind her, and they both apologized on the thing. So let's move on to Ziploc. So Ziploc brand is being, yeah, they didn't got a class lawsuit against them. So a couple of California people then suing them to say that the Ziploc brand, the material that it's made out of, uh yeah, they're freezer bags. The freezer bags that Ziplocs are made out of are bad, and that if you heat up, if they're exposed to a higher temperature, you can get, it's called micro plastic. I don't think I'm saying it right, but it's something like that it can get into the atmosphere, but also when you put your stuff in the microwave, like the product says that your stuff is safe to be put in the freezer, in the microwave, and they saying that there's a microplastic that can be if digested, it can cause harm to you. Apparently, um Johnson & Johnson came out to let us know that they stand by their product and the safety and everything that's on the product. I said, Johnson & Johnson don't care. Johnson said, we stand by what we said. I said, but most people don't put, I said, I don't even put Ziploc bags in the microwave at all. I use them for mostly the freezer bag ones for the freezer, or just put snacks and stuff in, seal something up that you don't want nothing to be that need to be airtight, but you really don't use it for certain things. But they being sued, Ziploc brand is. So good luck to them on their lawsuit. So let's move on to Joe Biden. So the former president Joe Biden was actually diagnosed with an advanced prostate cancer that has spread to his bones, but the doctors are saying that it is treatable. Thank God. I'm praying for him. I'm praying for his family. Hopefully, he get well. He get clear. In submission and a mission and everything. Hey in the chat, how you doing? How y'all day going? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever y'all are in the world. But that's what's going on with him. Let's move on to Joe Exotic. So Joe Exotic then got his his husband that got deported after he just got released from the pen. I said, wow. So you get married in jail to Joe, and you think you get now, you thinking, it helped, but it didn't. They deported him to Mexico. So hopefully, when Joe finally get out, it worked. Is he gonna move to Mexico? We'll see. Or is he gonna move him back? We have to find out. But that's what's going on there. Huh? This, they must be talking about something else. So let's move on to Flow Rider. So Flow Rider then actually got his he did a lawsuit against, I want to say it right, Circus, that energy drink. He was supposed to do a partnership with them, but he actually won the lawsuit. He finally got the money. He won 82 million, and he ended up doing a press conference where he was drinking the drink. I said, "Sir, you gonna really do that one?" I said, "But okay." Do what you do, but take care of your son who's disabled and stuff with that money. But let's move on past that. Let's move on to my girl Keyshia Cole. So Keyshia Cole, thanks to Gary with a T. Gary with a T let me know. It showed us that Keyshia was out here in New Orleans, getting her performance on, and girlfriends petty booty cheeks came slipping out. I said, girl, I said, when I see them, I said, Dad. I said, girl, why you got them on? I said, you could have just put on the right, you could have just wore the right, booty cut shorts that fit your booty instead of putting on them to make sure you got a padded butt. But she was up there performing while they was looking, and the fans was surely recording. So I said, we move on past her. So Donald Trump is demanding an investigation um, when it comes to Kamala Harris campaign performers, Beyonce, etc. He saying that, corruption and all that. I said, sir, go away with this. What no corruption? Saying Beyonce was paid 11 million. I said, I doubt it. I doubt it. But moving on past that, let's move on to Farrah Fallon. So Fallon didn't had a baby. Congratulations to her. Her fifth child. She had a baby boy. Let's move on to Home Depot. So Home Depot thought they was slick when they tried to remove DEI from their website, but the black customers and the allies all swept them all over the weekend and stuff and put them on blast. And they said we still welcome the culture and everything else. I said, come on now, come on, y'all know y'all wrong for that, because a majority of the people that work for you are the black folks. The majority of the people that come to your Home Depot are blacks and minorities that shop there, to be honest. But, they try to swivel their way out of that and stuff. So let's move on to former NFL player, uh, Adonis. Adonis Taylor. So Adonis Taylor then ended up getting himself arrested. This man was caught in Florida. He left his 6-year-old son in the car unattended while he go get him a hooker. And apparently the police was doing a sting where they actually was catching people, and he got caught. And when they went back to his vehicle, they found the 6-year-old child. And so now he charged with child neglect, leaving the child, and with solicitation of a prostitute. So good luck, sir. Good luck. I said, you really needed to get some that bad? You had to take your 6-year-old child out at night? Come on now. But let me know how y'all feel about it. And this happened on May 8th of this year, of this of this month. But let's move on to Sky Jackson. So my girl Sky Jackson, baby, I said this hit me quicker than I didn't know. I said, girl, Sky Jackson out here getting herself beat up by that no good redhead baby daddy of hers. So apparently she didn't request it filed in Los Angeles at the Los Angeles Supreme Court that she want a restraining order, and she had detailed uh, incident that while she was holding holding their child, their son, he actually pulled her by her hair, slammed her into a car window. Excuse me, slammed her into the car window. I said, girl, you do, girl, what? And you just taking it. Then she said, on top of that, after he did that, she also dealt with him doing Sky Jackson, baby daddy ended up, what is it? So she said she dealt with abuse. He abused her weekly for a total of 6 months this year. I said, damn. I said, wait a minute, 6 months. I said, we just in the fifth month. So I said, he been abusing you since December of last year, and you still been with him. And he got caught and went to jail, and you still went with him. You went on a vacation with your homegirl out of the country, and then went to Miami to kick it with him. Make it make sense, girl. But apparently she requesting a restraining order. She said while she was even pregnant, this man demanded that she drink bleach to get rid of the baby. That he threatened her with a knife to the neck, to the neck and the stomach. And yeah, she said she even have more evidence to prove her quest for this restraining order. So good luck to her. She said she wants the judge to give a the order of 1,000 feet. She need him to stay away from her, the baby, and her dog. Yeah, I said the dog. The dog, girl. She need to stay away from the dog too. Her, the baby, and the dog. Yeah, so I hope Scott Jackson do get this restraining order. I hope she actually go ahead and get filed for full custody and put him on child support at this point. But good luck with this guy. So moving on past her, let's give a congratulations to the one and only Sesame Street. So Sesame Street have found them a new home, and it is with Netflix. So their upcoming season is going to be on Netflix. Congratulations to them. I said I was so worried about them not being on public TV anymore, which is very hard. Now it's gonna be on Netflix, which is okay. I'm happy they just have a home for right now. Hopefully we can get them back on, regular TV where kids can actually watch it without having to purchase Netflix. But congratulations to Sesame Street. So let's get into a little bit of the Housewives. So Housewives was on this past Sunday, and the big showdown between Portia and Shamia went down. And it was the after show for me. So the after show was a mess, y'all. So the after show was more focused on. So Angela Oakley had to say that she felt like the friendship that Shamia used Portia so that she can become a use Portia so she can become a full time on the Housewives. That's what she used her for when it came to the friendship. I said no, she didn't. I said she could have got on. She could have got on the show at any time that she want to over the years. I said she been married twice, but the man she been married to now they've been married for a while. So she could have been on Housewives of Atlanta a long time ago, but her husband didn't want to be on here. But this time around, he went ahead and did it because his wife wanted to do it. We don't see him that much, but that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I said she's more than enough. But that, and then Shamia talked about they got into the friendship, and Shamia started to have a breakdown where she ended up getting off camera, and you heard her and Kelly talking about where she wants to still be a so-called friend to Portia and all this stuff, and that she would even give up the show for Portia because this is a Portia thing. I said Portia don't own this shit. Excuse my language, but I said don't nobody care for Portia. We ain't never cared for Portia. Portia a good key when she had to handle her business when it came to certain people on the show. Yeah, we liked it Portia. But I said you is a so-called loyal friend to the fullest for no reason. Because this woman does not care for you. This woman does not care for this friendship. It's all about her. And because she going through a divorce, she think that you supposed to just hold your feelings and how you feel. It seems like your feelings have always been pushed to the side when it comes to Portia, Shamia, and you just keep pushing them to the side, to the side, to the point where they all came flooding back and to the surface for you on the show. And on this episode, it really did. And I said I'm glad that Kelly was there for you during the after show, and she gave you a good encouragement. You know that you was fit to be on the show. You was fit to be a housewife, to show your life, you and your husband, your child, and what the situation that you have with your marriage. You are. But I said what you need to do is start being a housewife, front and center. Stop trying to cater to her. She put herself in the situation that she's in. She wanted to steal a cheating man from his wife, so she deals with the consequences. That's on her. But I said you always being the one trying to be a Captain Saberhole for somebody that don't care for you. But you gonna do you, Shamia. You gonna keep on doing it, girl. But keep doing you, boo. But that's all I got for y'all. It's your boy Paul. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and join the channel. Um, I'll be back with y'all maybe a little bit later. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna come up with. But thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll get back at y'all later. Bye, y'all.